off of what our opponent said first regarding the approach to culling animals. My opponent stated that there was a debate on culling animals, but the fact that there is a issue of whether they should or shouldn't, and that both instances will lead to death, just shows that there needs to be a change in the regulations of how zoos operate. Even though there are countless regulations for the safety of zoos and zoo inspections, of zoos, inspectors don't hold them responsible like they should. In one instance, a 2-year-old girl was able to slip into a rhino exhibit January 1st, 2019 in Florida. She was able to walk in between the steel posts, and the steel posts, each post being 8 inches apart from one another. WFTV reported on the issue and interviewed the zoo's spokesperson, who said, during a rhino encounter, a hands-on educational experience with Brevard Zoo's white rhinoceroses, a young guest entered the rhino's yard and was injured, said Elliot Zurach, a zoo spokesperson. During the encounter, participants of the rhinoceroses are separated by a series of steel posts. According to witnesses, the child stumbled and fell in between 2 of the posts, and at this point, the snout of at least one of the rhinoceroses made contact with the child. Now, they say a rhino tapped the girl with its snout, yet the girl and her mother were taken to the hospital with both unknown conditions. The Florida Fish and Wildlife inspected the Brevard Zoo back in November 16th and found no violations with the zoo. Now, if the zoo really had no violations with these exhibits, why are there continuously instances of visitors being violated? This proves that if inspectors can't find anything wrong with the zoos based off of their own laws, then there is clearly something wrong with their laws, since opportunities are still presenting themselves in a so-called safe environment. Now, going back to the disease claim, extending on our significance claim, the safety of both the animals and the visitors are being compromised as they are continuously exposed to one another. There needs to be some kind of regulation on how close one can communicate with an animal. Quoting riskinsurance.com again, they conclude that the potential of diseases transmitted from animals to visitors is another risk management issue for zoos and animal parks. Zoonotic diseases are infectious diseases spread between animals and people. These germs can cause many different types of illnesses in people and animals, ranging from mild to serious illnesses and even death. And even though there are regulations on making sure that these animals are tested, there is very little on how often they should be tested. Now, going on to our surplus argument, we noticed that our opposition didn't bring up that much about surplus. So going further into surplus, adding to my partner's statements earlier, the surplus of animals from breeding programs display the hypocrisy of the zoos and their initiative to extend the animal population. One Green Planet brings light to this topic in their article, The Shocking Truth About What Happens to Surplus Zoo Animals. They first explained that basically any animal that does not fit into the zoo's breeding programs can be considered a surplus. Surplus animals can also be animals that the zoos no longer find profitable. Cubs that were a big hit in the year before might be replaced with newer ones, younger animals. Since zoos are not responsible for Since zoos are not responsible for life.
Here overtime.
Oh.